The Washington County government strives to fulfill its duty by combining fiscal responsibility with a great quality of life.
Our environmental policies help to enhance our citizens' quality of life. These policies keep us all responsible in making sure that we are each doing our part in creating a sustainable community.
And our community is growing. We are moving Washington County forward through effective growth management, whether it's enhancement to county parks and facilities or our broadband initiatives. 2013 was a busy year for large-scale projects that will have a positive economic impact on the county in future years.
Positioning the county for the future starts in the classroom. That is why we work closely with our partners like the Board of Education, HCC, and other institutions of higher learning. We want to ensure that we are providing our students with the tools that they need to become the workforce of tomorrow.
Our future here in Washington County is being molded by the strong foundation we are putting in place. This will allow us to grow together and create a strong community through smart business decisions and planning.
Our goal is to operate efficiently while making sure our citizens have the resources they need to keep Washington County a great place to live, work, and play.
Let's move Washington County forward.
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 So now, let's take a look back at a busy 2013 and review the challenges and many successes that will position Washington County for the future. We are using a terminology of E-cubed or E3 for three major initiatives that we're looking at as we go into our budgetary cycle. We have the environment, we have emergency services, and we have economic development. Obviously, these three tie together quite nicely, and all three are very important as we try to foster initiatives in the other.
Washington County maintains one of the lowest costs per capita for services provided in the state. This is done through operational efficiencies, fiscal responsibility, and responsiveness to the needs of the community. This has been the key in maintaining the county's economic health.
We've been able to save the money that would have been spent on higher interest rates and still continue with needed capital projects that facilitate things like our economic development initiative so that we can provide sites that are ready for development and bring in businesses that are looking for areas that they can now start to expand in, knowing that our housing markets are starting to come back, our vacant housing inventory is starting to decline, our median prices for housing are actually starting to increase, some signs of economic life, and we'll continue to work to provide those resources, those infrastructure needs that will help facilitate the goals that we've outlined in the budget and that we know are needed to help Washington County grow.
A 2013 study conducted by the Maryland Aviation Administration outlined how important the Hagerstown Regional Airport is to the local economy.
The airport is a huge economic engine for Washington County. It's generated over $109 million in business revenue, $74 million in payroll, and $7.4 million in taxes. Along with that, the result of the airport being here, there's over 1,300 employees that are associated with the airport.
The Department of Business Development also plays a vital role in fostering economic growth. The department's dedicated team can provide you with any assistance needed in starting, relocating, or expanding your business in Washington County. In conjunction with ongoing business outreach initiatives, the department announced a partnership with the Western Maryland Small Business and Technology Development Center, or SBTDC. The SBTDC Business Consultant is located in the Department of Business Development. The Board of County Commissioners, in conjunction with the Department of Business Development and the Economic Development Commission, continue their successful business outreach initiative. This initiative has allowed the county to connect with the business community on a personal level and get a better understanding of what challenges local businesses face on a daily basis. An area of concern expressed by businesses during these visits was the need to better understand the plan review and permitting process. The county was proactive in addressing this need and hired a project liaison to provide plan review, permitting, and inspection assistance to new or expanding commercial and industrial businesses.
Part of my work since I've been here has been to help 28 different businesses, which is a total of companies from outside the county or outside the state and companies that are already here in Washington County. We want to get involved as early as possible with the project get it started on the right track. That'll save time and money going forward.
We want people to know that we're open for business and that we're here for them and that we'll do what we can to bring those jobs to Washington County. We know that unemployment now is the lowest since 2008. We're focusing on economic development and continue to do that. And at 7.3%, we know that the revenues from income tax have increased somewhat that we'll see in our county budget. That's a very positive thing from the workforce development.
The county has played a key role in facilitating economic development. Several companies celebrated grand openings in the county, and in October, the Volvo Group announced a $30 million investment to expand their Hagerstown facility. To assist with project cost, the county partnered with the Maryland Department of Business and Economic Development to provide 2 conditional loans. As a result of the state's $4 million loan combined with the county's $200,000 loan, Volvo plans to add as many as 140 new full-time jobs.
We also have been able to maintain a capital program that has allowed us by outside standards to be very competitive and efficient as far as the monies that we spend and the monies that we need to borrow. We have the 3 rating agencies on Wall Street, which is Fitch's, Moody's, and Standard & Poor's, that have all rated us very highly, a AA rating in the case of Washington County. And that basically says that we have a diverse economic outlook, that while it may have declined, we still have a diverse economy. We have an efficient operating budget. We have fiscal policies in place, including our reserves, that sustain us through this type of economic downturn, and that we have a positive outlook for the future.
And the future is being shaped by a variety of smart growth infrastructure projects.
In 2013, we finished up the library project in downtown Hagerstown, which has been a wonderful asset already to the community. We're now working on Robinwood Drive, as well as some building projects and green projects. In 2013, we had over $20 million worth of projects underway. We're still working on $13 million worth, and in 2014, we'll start the construction of another $18 million in the spring alone, and through the entire year looking forward, we'll be working on over $30 million worth of new projects. Over the past 3 years, this year has been amongst the highest number of permits issued. So we are starting to see an increase in permits issued both in occupancy, building, and trade permits, which is really encouraging for the local economy.
Washington County is enhancing the quality of life through a variety of economic and environmental initiatives.
One of the things that we've been able to do to help become more efficient in the way we manage our environmental initiatives is a project that we're looking at as a joint partner, public-private partnership, to change the way we manage our solid waste disposal. We're looking at a waste to renewable energy facility that will not only take all the waste that comes into Washington County's solid waste facility that is now generally buried in a landfill operation, and sort that so that it is fully recycled, and then use the remaining material to provide a product that can be used as a fuel source, but ultimately take the material that's already buried and start to mine that, as is done in other locations, and use that material to run through the same process to generate additional renewable energy products. Zero waste generation attracts corporations, especially multinational overseas corporations, that are very big on zero waste initiatives. We can say, if you come to Washington County, we're able to provide that for you. When it goes out your door into our solid waste facility, we have an over 95% diversion rate we're able to provide. So that is another economic development tool that allows us to attract jobs for Washington County. That is another one of the tools that we're trying to provide to our citizens so that we can continue to improve the economy as we start to see things turn.
During 2013, Washington County Division of Environmental Management was able to successfully enter into a partnership with PetSmart. And what PetSmart has done is provided us with 70 pet waste stations, which we have been able to put into 7 county parks and open those parks up to our citizens and dogs. In addition, from an environmental perspective, it has provided to the citizens of Washington County a means for dog waste to be collected and properly disposed of, and prevent that waste from entering into our local streams. By improving the water quality of our local streams, it improves our quality of life and using them for recreation for fishing and boating.
2 additional environmental initiatives were the Stormwater Inlet Stenciling Program and Governor O'Malley's Stream Restoration Challenge. The goal of the stenciling program is to educate and remind citizens that our stormwater inlets filter directly into our waterways. This can impact the health of streams, fish, and animals that live in or use these water bodies. The Stream Restoration Challenge was a competitive grant program open to local governments and non-government organizations to establish 1,000 acres of streamside forests by 2015. Washington County joined with the Board of Education, the Maryland Department of Natural Resources, students, and teachers to kick off the program at Fountaindale Elementary. Washington County is also enhancing the quality of life through public safety. The public school system partnered with the Sheriff's Department to install stop arm enforcement cameras on county school buses.
First 60 days of the program, with only 5 cameras on board, we actually issued 30 citations for school bus violations. It's a very beneficial program, and we are expanding the program over the next few months.
None of the initiatives or programs would be successful without the county's dedicated staff.
We have a great group of employees. We have 757 full-time employees, which by numbers is much less than many other governments have. But at the same time, our employees are very hardworking, very creative. A lot of these ideas we've been able to use, the restructuring opportunities, have come from our employees, and they've been able to do things that have saved us money, knowing that they represent the citizens that are out there and that they're working hard to do what they can to make sure that at the lowest cost, when we only have a certain amount of money, that the roads are maintained to the best of our ability, that costs are contained to the best of our ability, that services are still provided, knowing that we've had to, in some cases, reduce how things are done or the material that's available. They're the ones that are out there in the trenches making decisions and help us contain costs for Washington County citizens.
Our biggest asset is an informed citizen. Your feedback is needed to move Washington County forward. So connect with us. Washington County remains focused on economic development, the environment, and emergency services. We want you to get involved. Citizens' participation in local government is essential to progress, so make your voice heard.
Visit a county commissioner meeting, watch online, or attend a public hearing.
Join a conversation on social media for the latest news and information, or email us a question or even your ideas at publicaffairs@washco-nd.net. Help us recognize the future of our county. Nominate a student through our Youth Meritorious program, or volunteer your time and expertise to serve on an advisory board or commission. Let's move Washington County forward.
To view this presentation, visit Washington County's YouTube channel at youtube.com/WashingtonCountyMD.